Welcome to Ladder of Light Gaming. I am your host, Action Jackson Wilson, with more MLB 26 Road to the Show, starring yours truly, a AAA pitcher within the Miami Marlins organization. As we enter for the ninth inning against Worcester to begin today's telecast. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. If you're new, welcome. We got plenty of room on board. I think we're currently at 72 subscribers. I thank everybody for their support. See if we can get some dubs here today. Top of the order for Worcester against Wilson here in the ninth inning. This is the inning Wilson generally pitches in. He's a closer that was taken in the third round by the Miami Marlins and back in the 2025 MLB draft. And now here we are in the year 2027. First pitch from Wilson is over the outside corner, but it's taken outside for a ball. Grandma, great to have you back. See if we can get some success and get to the big leagues here. Wilson gets a pop-up on the right side. That's going to go out of play. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. It's all Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp here today. Leading 6-1, and Wilson looking to close it out. Even though this is a non-save situation, he drops that breaking ball, which looked like it was in the zone, and we're going to challenge. And look at that. Lo and behold, the umpire missed the call. It's one of the advantages of having this new ABS system. Wilson's won plenty of challenges already throughout his young career. And now a 1-2 pitch on the way to Monasterio. It's taken downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'm off work today, so expect a double stream. It's early morning where I'm at, here on the East Coast. Well, not early morning, but it's early in the day. About 9 o'clock tonight. Probably have some more Walking Dead, so be sure to tune in for that. The 2-2 pitch. Line foul by Monasterio, and it's still 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're now in Season 3 of The Walking Dead. Posted the first episode last night. Be sure to check that out. 2-2 coming from Wilson. Ground ball to first base. A good start to today. 1 down.
Now batting.
Wilson looking to get that ERA lower.
Campbell.
Thanks once again to Grandma for tuning in. And now here is Christian Campbell. Wilson's first pitch is tapped foul off the end of the bat. It's 0-1. Wilson came into this game 11 out of 14 in save opportunities. His ERA, I believe, was 6.75. The pitch. That's upstairs. You can see that fastball with increased velocity at 97 miles per hour. 1 ball, 1 strike. For those of you that are unaware, we're playing on the GOAT difficulty. The hardest challenge this game has to offer. And a swing and a miss by Campbell, 1-2 from Jackson Wilson. Wilson's becoming a fan favorite here in Jacksonville. Hey, they got his name in their city title.
Ball 2.
Very fittingly, and that's upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 step away from the big leagues. AAA Jacksonville comes right before Miami. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Down goes Christian Campbell. Jackson Wilson looks strong in these first 2 at-bats. Now it'll be up to Endy Rodriguez. He's 1 for 3 with a double. Jumbo Shrimp in complete control. Wilson trying to prevent any rallies here down the stretch. There's a fastball right at the knees. Called ball 1. Tight strike zone here today as Wilson looks to finish this off. 1-0 delivery. Breaking ball lined into left field for a 2-out single. Left fielder cuts it off, and the game will continue. So Wilson gets a ground out, a strikeout.
The third baseman.
And he gives up a single to left, and now here is Braden Taylor. First pitch by Wilson. Strike 1. Taylor still looking for his first hit of the series. He's 0 for 3. He struck out and grounded out twice. The pitch by Wilson. Changeup carries up and in. It's 1-1. Wilson working from the stretch. He's got that Eric Gagne pitching form. The 1-1 pitch. Up and in, tied him up. Taylor swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Now Wilson's going to look to put him away with the slider. Here's the delivery. Strike three call, then he does just that. Two batters set down on strikes here in the ninth, and Jackson Wilson locks up the 6-1 victory for the first place Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. So Jacksonville, who was in last place when Jackson Wilson joined the club last September, they've definitely turned a corner. And that really has to be stirring up excitement, not only at this level, but for the Miami Marlin fan base. This is the future of the organization that is on display. As you can see, Jackson Wilson, the ERA may not be the most attractive, but he has still shown a lot of the promise, saving 11 out of 14 save opportunities. Great start to this series with the Worcester Red Sox, who, as you would guess, is a minor league affiliate of the Boston Red Sox. Jackson Wilson will enter. Got that ERA leveled at 6. A 2-4 record. Boy, this is going to be a tight spot right here. Top of the 7th inning, bases loaded, and Sun Chi Chang coming to the plate for Worcester. Wilson trying to keep his team in the game here in the top of the 7th inning. The first pitch is grounded to first, and he puts out the fire. Now let's see if the Jumbo Shrimp can rally. Jackson Wilson has generally struggled in non-save situations.
Leading off for Worcester, the first baseman.
But he has definitely flipped the script here today. Now he's back to work for the 8th. His team's still trailing by 2. Trying to keep a potential rally alive. First pitch is hit in the air to right center, but he caught it off the end of the bat. 2 pitches and 2 men set down for Jackson Wilson to begin this game with Worcester. Red Sox looking to pay back the Jumbo Shrimp after falling in the opener. But the Jumbo Shrimp have shown a lot of resiliency late in games this year. Jackson Wilson's trying to keep that table set as he misses with a cutter inside, ball 1 to Braden Ward. Ward batting in the number 8 spot, 2 for 3 today. He's got his average up to 256.
That's a ball.
Ooh, that looked like a good pitch from Wilson, but he wisely decides not to challenge. We're probably going to be asked to pitch multiple frames here today, so we got to keep those 2 challenges handy. There's a long fly ball into right, and the right fielder's not even going to turn around. That's a no-doubter off the bat of Ward. Wilson gives up a home run, his 4th of the year, and it's now 7-4, Worcester. I didn't even want to watch him around the bases. That's how disgusted I was with that. Well, that thing was put on a tee, 406 feet off his bat.
Now that's left fielder, Stuart Fairchild.
Now Stuart Fairchild. He was picked up from the Red Sox from the Cincinnati Reds during the offseason. And now Wilson's looking to bounce back as he deals to Fairchild. Strike 1. Wilson not afraid to throw that first pitch strike. Going to stick with the smoke right here, the 0-1 to Fairchild. That's ripped down the left field line, but he was tied up. It's 0-2. Now let's drop this on him. 0-2 slider coming from Wilson. Strike 3! Take a seat. Beautifully done by Jackson Wilson. Great bounce back effort. Gives up the home run, and then he picks up a strikeout. When you get knocked down, you get back up again. Now here is Anthony Sigler. Sigler taps it foul. Went up there first pitch hacking. Teams generally will want to do that against Wilson because he's very efficient in terms of hitting the strike zone. The 0-1. There's a beautiful cutter at 93 miles per hour. And Sigler in the hole, 0-2. If you take away that home run, Jackson Wilson has been super effective in this series. The 0-2 pitch, ground ball slowly hit to short. And that will send us to the bottom of the 8th. Wilson gives up a solo home run. The Red Sox get some insurance. They lead the Jumbo Shrimp 7-4. Jackson Wilson will return for the ninth inning. Pretty lifeless effort by the offense so far, as Wilson's efforts have kind of gone in vain to this point, as there's a strike. He came in the top of the seventh with the bases loaded and 2 out. He put out that fire to keep us within 2, but then he gave up a solo home run in the 8th, which gave Worcester some key insurance. Slider misses outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Campbell walks back into the box. Wilson ready. The pitch. Inside. Fastball jumped out of his hand at 98 miles per hour on the radar gun. And now what does Wilson elect to throw here to Campbell, who should be sitting on a pitch with the count 2-1. The delivery. Ripped into left field, and it's going to be caught. Had him out in front, still able to make good contact. Wilson's defense had his back. And now Campbell looking back toward the Jacksonville dugout. Somebody might have been chirping. Honestly, if that's the case, I don't know why. We're down by 3 runs. You're just going to make yourself look foolish doing that. That's ripped into right field for a base hit by Braden Taylor. So a 1-out single here in the 9th inning for Worcester, leading 7-4. And now Josu Briseño. Briseño's been on base twice with a couple of walks. He's also scored a run. You don't want to make things too complicated. Just record an out. That's all you need to do. First pitch from Wilson. Here it comes. Popped up into left center. Caught for out number 2. That was near the left field line. I think I accidentally said left center. The trajectory started out that way, but that was a major rope off the end of the bat that tailed toward the visitors' bullpen. All right, 2 outs, top of the 9th inning. Overall, it's been a successful day for Wilson, just 1 run given up. Trying to get through 2+ innings. Swing and a miss by Nate Eaton. I'll tell you what, if Wilson's hitting his spots with that delivery, he's going to be very tough to stop no matter what level he's pitching at. The 0-1 coming. Upstairs, 1-1 to Nate Eaton. Wilson today came in the 7th inning, stranded the bases loaded, gave up a solo home run and a single, but other than that, he's been lights out. Slider, pulled down the line, foul. That's a tough pitch to handle, especially when it's up in the zone. Now Wilson looking to put the final dagger in this night. And he will do just that. Flip to second for the force. Inning over. Wilson works around a 2-out single. Correct me, a 1-out single. We'll see if the Jumbo Shrimp can rally. Oh, look at this. Bases loaded, 2 outs. But we fall short. We had the winning run at the plate, but the Red Sox get out of it. And with this 7-4 victory, that's their 3rd straight win of this series. But nevertheless, a valiant effort by Jackson Wilson. It also is worth mentioning that we are no longer in first place. Got to get back on the winning track, y'all. Nothing's guaranteed in this league. Once you let your foot off the gas, someone else is going to pass you and take your spot. But all we can do is control our own destiny, continue to show that we belong at the big league level. But Wilson still has not been put into a save situation in this series. Jacksonville once again trailing as Wilson enters. Again, it'll be with 2 outs in the 7th inning. And the first pitch from Wilson is a called strike to Christian Campbell. This is Ladder of Light Gaming with yours truly, Action Jackson Wilson, MLB The Show 26. Road to the show on GOAT difficulty. Glad you're with us. Change up and Campbell way out in front, and that's the hope for this fan base to see Wilson in a Miami uniform sooner rather than later. Catcher puts down a changeup, and Wilson is ready. Here comes the 0-2 delivery. Strike three, swung on and missed. And that'll take us to the 7th inning stretch. No offensive firepower today for the Jumbo Shrimp, but Wilson showing off some firepower of his own on the pitcher's mound. Jacksonville with a rally. They've cut the lead in half, and now Wilson's going to look to keep the Red Sox at bay. Endy Rodriguez walks to the plate and rips the first pitch foul down the line on a cutter. Great job by Wilson to spot it. It's 0-1. Now the next. Ooh, look out, almost hit him. It's 1-1. Slider. The pitch. Ground ball hits a short. Diving stop, but no play. It's a leadoff single to begin the top of the 8th inning for Endy Rodriguez.
Now batting, the third baseman, Braden Taylor.
Jumbo Shrimp looking for the double play ball as Wilson deals to Taylor. That's lifted in the air towards right center. That's going to be caught in front of the warning track. Runner retreats back to first. 2 down.
Now batting,
Wilson sprinkling in a couple strikeouts, but also doing well in terms of pitching to contact. Wilson looking to keep the Jumbo Shrimp within 2. With 6 outs to go here in this afternoon's game. Strike 1 on a 94-mile-an-hour cutter up in the zone. Wilson started out at East High School and went to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Drafted by the Marlins in the 3rd round of last year's draft. Dominated at Pensacola, had 42 saves to lead the league. Got called up to Jacksonville in September, and that's where he is now, spending his first full year with the Jumbo Shrimp. The pitch on the way from Wilson is fouled off by Chang. 1-2. Wilson again asked for work in a non-save situation, trying to maintain his effectiveness. The pitch. Strike 3 called right at the knees, and now Chang wants to make absolutely certain he was wrong. He's called out on strikes. Wilson Picasso. 2 down. Now it's up to Nate Eaton. Good job by Jackson Wilson. Again, the runner goes back to first base. Now Wilson deals the next one, and that's in the dirt. Went with the first pitch breaking ball that time. It's 1-0. Wilson looks back into his catcher to make sure they're on the same page. Now here comes a 1-1 to Eaton. Up and in, 2-0. You don't see this very often from Jackson Wilson behind 2 pitches in the count. We'll see if he can rally against Nate Eaton. The pitch. Strike 1. Eaton taking all the way. Wilson didn't want to give him the fastball. Instead, he went for the slider. Now how about another breaking ball? The pitch. Drops in on him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Even if he kept the bat on his shoulder, that would have been a 2-2 count either way. Perfectly spotted pitch from Wilson. Check swing. No, he didn't. Wilson's going to challenge. And it stands. Hey, why not? Going to tie him up again. 3-2 pitch from Wilson. High fly ball into left. Back at the wall, and it's caught to end the inning. Good spot for that fastball. Hit it pretty well, but he couldn't get it on the barrel. Jumbo Shrimp looking to keep rallying. It used to be 4-0. Now the lead is cut in half. Wilson doing his part, trying to keep them afloat. But he's going to have to throw another scoreless frame in the ninth to give them the most realistic shot. Worcester still leading 4-2. It's the bottom of the order with Stuart Fairchild leading off. The pitch by Wilson. I'll tell you, that slider has looked super crisp here today. Wilson's going to throw another one, this time further off the plate. The 0-1 coming. Perfect release. Ground ball. Fair! Down the right field line. There's nothing you can do about that. We may have a play at second, but he's safe. That right there is not a pitcher's fault.
Braden.
Slider off the end of the bat, had him off balance, but he somehow, some way is still able to keep it inside the first base bag. And now we're going to walk Braden Ward and set up the double play.
The batter.
So a chance for Worcester to add to the lead here in the ninth. Drew Earhart will hit next. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a flyout, and a groundout. But he's had a great series. He's 5 for 18, including a home run. Strike one. Some pretty good pop to have at the bottom of your order if you're the Red Sox. Wilson's got to be careful right here. The 0-1 pitch. Another beauty. It looked like it was at the knees, but it was a little bit low. Catcher wants a changeup. Wilson with the pitch. That's a called strike over the inside corner, 1-2. Nobody out, first and second, top of the ninth inning. Wilson looking to pick up a big first out. Maybe even a double play. The pitch. And this is going to be a double play. There's one. There's two. Great pitch selection by Wilson. He put it in just the right place. And now there's two out with a runner at third. The intentional walk worked out. That is if we can get one last out. Andrew Monasterio. Wilson's going to challenge him with the fastball up and in. Ground ball foul, strike one. 99 from Jackson Wilson. That's the first time in his career that he has hit double nines on the radar gun. This is what dedication will do. Wilson continuing to get more and more explosive every single day, and then he drops that pitch on him. 76-mile-an-hour curve, that's just nasty. Runner at third, two out. Wilson trying to make it back-to-back scoreless innings and keep the jumbo shrimp in this game. Foul ball. Monasterio stays alive. Catcher puts down a fastball, but Wilson's going to go right back to the slider. The pitch. That gets away, but Wilson is there to play it. He got a friendly ricochet, and the runner's going to have to retreat back to third base. I would say Jacksonville caught a break, but at the same time, Wilson got over there so fast, and the catcher hopped on it so rapidly that the runner probably wouldn't have even had a chance to score. Now the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to second. Wilson into and out of it. Gave up a leadoff double, issued the intentional walk to set up the double play. He got his opponent to ground into the twin killing, and then with a runner at third, two out, Wilson gets the ground ball to end it. But unfortunately, the offense remains cold. And we lose 4 out of 6 in this home series with the Worcester Red Sox. However, a lot of positives being shown by Jackson Wilson. He maintains that solid walk rate of 4%, even with that intentional pass included. Wilson, no runs allowed in 2 1/3. This is the effectiveness that scouts and front offices want to see if they're going to give Wilson a shot at the bigs. So Wilson only needed 3 pitches to get out of the 7th. And then with 9 strikes apiece in the 8th and the 9th, he puts it away. Despite it being a losing effort, the ERA has been dropped down quite a bit. Started out in the mid-6s, and now we're down to 5.26. A lot of promise being shown by Jackson Wilson as he enters the bullpen for more work. Control has not been an issue for us in terms of throwing strikes, so we got to put some more break on our pitches. Slowly but surely strengthening that repertoire. And finally, Jackson Wilson will have a save situation. I think that's the first time in my last 5 appearances. The Jumbo Shrimp split the first 2 games of this set with the Norfolk Tides, who they are currently tied with in the league standings. at 24-17. This is a pivotal series indeed as Jackson Wilson will enter.
Wilson.
He hasn't been the best in terms of keeping people off the bases, but he's been very efficient for the most part in terms of saving baseball games.
Leading up for the top, the shortstop.
His ERA has been super low ever since the month of May started, and he'll deal with the 9-1-2 hitters for Norfolk, who he made his AAA debut against last fall. Crowd rises to its feet as Jackson Wilson brings it to Ely's. Strike one on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Ely's taking all the way, with Norfolk needing a base runner to have a chance. Here comes the 0-1 from Wilson. Cutter, that's a called strike. 0-2. Ely's better get the bat off his shoulder. Wilson's not the guy you want to take two pitches against. He goes right after you. Tapped foul at the plate by Ely's. And we'll do it again. Catcher wants that heater. We're going to go up in the zone with it. The pitch by Wilson headed home. Another foul ball. Good job by Ely's to fight it off. Another 0-2. Breaking ball. Ooh, that was a close pitch. And Wilson wants to make sure. And that missed by about a centimeter. That close to a strikeout to begin the ninth inning, but now Ely's gets a new life. Back to the fastball. Check swing, he got him! 99 miles per hour on the top shelf. That's an unhittable pitch when it's right. And Jackson Wilson gets the crucial first out here in the bottom of the ninth with his team leading by 2. You don't want to let that leadoff hitter get on. That spells disaster. And now Nick Prado. Breaking ball on the first pitch. Swung on and missed. Wilson's doing a great job of tying these hitters up. Like I said in my previous stream, I'm not a police officer, but I want to put some people in handcuffs. Popped in the air to left field. This should be easy and routine, and it is. 2 down here in the ninth at Norfolk.
Now batting, third baseman.
Bold City, a.k.a. Jacksonville, with an 8-6 lead. And now here is Christian Encarnacion, the last man standing for the Tides. How about we sprinkle in a slider? Wilson's very confident in this pitch. There it is. Strike one. Norfolk taking all the way. Wilson has been feeding off that. The pitch. Strike 2 to Christian Encarnacion. I don't want to speak too soon, but if Wilson can get through this without a scratch, this might be the most dominant inning he's ever thrown in a Jacksonville uniform. The 0-2 pitch just got a piece. I don't know how he was able to hit that pitch, but he stays alive. Now the 1-2. Again, Encarnacion showing a lot of fight. 2 tricky pitches, but he was able to spoil both of them. Next pitch from Wilson. Outside, 1-2. Also notice that Wilson's command has been a lot better in terms of hitting his spots. Throwing strikes hasn't been a problem. It's just where he's throwing the strikes. The 1-2 off the end of the bat, and Christian Encarnacion is putting forth a valiant effort, even if it doesn't work out. Doing everything in his power to keep the Tides in this game. The 1-2 from Wilson, up and in. 2-2 to Encarnacion. Bottom of the ninth. 8-6, Jumbo Shrimp over the Tides. This is AAA baseball here on MLB 26, the show. Road to the show on GOAT difficulty with yours truly, Action Jackson Wilson. The pitch outside, full count. An 8-pitch at bat for Christian Encarnacion against Jackson Wilson. Now we're going to go change up in the zone. 3-2 pitch. Line drive, and that's a base hit. What a job by Christian Encarnacion. He will dig for second, and the tying run is coming to the plate for the Norfolk Tides and hold everything.
Now batting, left fielder.
Second double of the year for Encarnacion. And now Hedston Gerstad, who has already taken Wilson deep in his career. First pitch, swung on and missed, and he wanted to tie the game with one swing right there. But it's 0-1. Runner at second, 2 out. Jerstad with a closed stance, batting from the left side. The pitch by Wilson, fouled away. And again, the Tides are down to their final strike. Wilson ready. The 0-2 to Jerstad. In the dirt, Encarnacion will retreat back to second base. Wilson and the Jumbo Shrimp leading 8-6. The pitch on the way to Jerstad. Popped up. Jackson Wilson in the clutch wins the battle and picks up his 12th save of the season. Jerstad got underneath it. He had no choice but to swing because that was right on the top shelf. Jackson Wilson, like we talked about, the improved command and control, his effectiveness continuing to wow scouts and everybody representing the Marlins organization. Another scoreless effort. Wilson working around a 2-out double that was well deserved by Encarnacion after he battled Wilson for 9 pitches. But hey, we may have lost that battle, but we won the war. ERA for Wilson continues to sink. If he's successful again, it'll be below 5. At the start of today's stream, we had it at about 6.5. Wilson just picked up his 12th save in 15 opportunities. And now we'll see what he's got in this extra frame, leading 2-1. This is the toughest save opportunity in all of baseball. With that incorporated ghost runner. I'd love to retire the side in order. That'd be sweet. All right, here's Luken Baker. He's got home run power. He could win it with one swing. There's a called strike over the inside corner. Baker can't believe it. He immediately went to the challenge, and he was correct. No! It's a strike! Wow. I personally think that was inside, but hey, we will take it. We will absolutely take that. The pitch in the dirt. Runner trying to advance to third, and he's safe. Bad time for that wild pitch. And now Wilson really has to deal. The 1-1 pitch to Luken Baker. In the dirt again. Good job by the catcher to cut that off. Now we got a hitter's count for Luken Baker. The 2-1 pitch from Wilson is grounded to first. The runner at third will stay put. And that's a big first out here in the bottom of the 10th inning for Wilson. He had Luken Baker off balance, and now we will issue the intentional walk to Sam Huff to set up a potential game-ending double play.
Now batting, the right fielder, John Kinsey. No hell.
So Norfolk had a runner at third base, nobody out here in the bottom of the 10th. But Wilson now has a realistic shot of getting his team out of this. First pitch to John Kinsey Noel is outside for ball 1. Noel is a double play candidate, but he is also a candidate to win the game with a home run. Got to test him right here. The pitch. Up and in, 2-0. All right, from here on out, everything down. 2-0. The pitch by Wilson. Called strike. And Wilson's going to challenge. The umpire called that ball 3. But that will be overturned. I know that. That's obvious. Two and 1 to John Kinsey Noel. Wilson with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Hey, we'll definitely take a strikeout. No doubt. 2-2 from Jackson Wilson. The pitch to Noel on the way. In the dirt and outside, full count. Big pitch coming right here. A payoff with first and third, 1 out. Jacksonville leading 2-1. The pitch to John Kinsey Noel. Breaking ball. That's right at the knees. Come on, you got to challenge this. And it's low. And that's going to load the bases. Wow, I thought that was going to get overturned for sure, and now the manager's going to make a move. So Wilson with a couple of walks to load the bases here in the bottom of the 10th inning. He got Luken Baker to ground out to first. And now we'll see if Wilson's teammate Zuber can pick up the save right here. Nope. It's a walk-off. Tides come back to win it in extra frames. And you would think that Jackson Wilson would take the loss in this game. I could care less about your celebration. Yeah, I'm salty. I don't care. Yep, 2 runs score in the 10th. Tides beat us. A final of 3-2. That evens the series at 2 games apiece. However, only one of those runs were earned. Wilson tried to do everything he could to keep that tying tally from scoring, but a couple of walks came back to bite us. The intentional pass, and then I lost John Kinsey Noel trying to put him away on a 3-2 breaking ball, which, by the way, was very, very close to strike 3, but Noel did a superb job of laying off it.
Number 14, Jackson Wilson.
And now we'll look to hit the reset button in a rematch with Norfolk. Wilson was successful in the first game. Second one didn't quite work out. We got a chance to get back in the win column today. Garrett Hampson will lead off. He's got 3 singles and a pair of RBIs for the Tides, who are looking for a rally. The former Colorado Rocky bats from the right side. First pitch of tonight's 9th inning from Jackson Wilson is a called strike at 96 miles per hour. Catcher puts down another fastball, and that's what Wilson will go with. Swing and a miss by Hampson. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Wilson's got Hampson right where he wants him. And instead of going to the cute stuff, we're going to go right back upstairs at the heater.
That's a ball.
Hampson stays off. Keeps the bat on his shoulder. It's 1-2. Wilson from the stretch with the bases empty. The pitch to Garrett Hampson. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes.
Now batting, third base.
1 down for the Tides here in the 9th inning. And that was a beauty from Jackson Wilson. And now here is Christian Encarnacion. Encarnacion, who doubled off Wilson after 9 pitches in his previous AB. Looks to tie the game, and a good healthy cut on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, but it's out of play. The only difference was that Wilson had that in on his hands. If that's over the middle of the plate, we're looking at a tie game. And now Wilson again ahead of Encarnacion. No balls and 2 strikes. This time, can Wilson finish it off? The 0-2. Nope, Encarnacion showing why he's at the top of the order. He's being that ultimate pest. He's tough to get rid of. Breaking ball coming from Wilson. Nope, Encarnacion with the high-quality IQ. Wilson from the stretch. 1-2 coming. Popped up. Second baseman calls for it and makes the catch. Wilson with a little payback against Encarnacion. He tied him in knots with that inside heater. And now it's up to Heston Jerstad. Wilson retired him with the game on the line a couple contests ago. Now he's looking to do the same. He drops a first pitch slider in there for strike 1. Jerstad in this series is 2 for 12. One of those hits is tonight. He has a double. He's also got plenty of home run pop. You're Wilson, you got to be careful. One mistake, and this game is tied. That's taken downstairs 1-1. If Wilson can steal the deal here, it would be his 13th save in 16 opportunities. And his ERA would continue to lower. Jerstad is jammed. It's a fair ball. The first baseman hops on it. Jackson Wilson sets down the top of the Norfolk offense in order. And the Jumbo Shrimp have a 3-2 lead in this pivotal early season series. What a job by Jackson Wilson. If you take away that one game in which he gave up that earned run because of those couple of walks, he hasn't given up anything. He's been able to work out of each situation. As you can see, these numbers for Wilson have been much better ever since the calendar month flipped. The third round draft selection of the 2025 draft is in pursuit of his dream, putting on that Miami Marlins uniform, playing in the majors. Well, we got a break in the action. Thank you guys once again for tuning in to Ladder of Light Gaming. I'm your host, Axon Jackson Wilson. Been a successful stream thus far. A lot of successful outings for Jackson Wilson, whether it's save opportunities or just trying to put out a fire or keep his team in the game. He's been able to put up a lot of zeros, especially as of late. That whip is going down to 1.5. Wilson with that 5.14 ERA. At the start of today, I think it was about 6.5. All right, now we return home to take on Rochester. But first things first, you can always put in more bullpen work. Also, don't forget, Jesus Christ loves you guys. I don't care who you are or what you've been through. He's the way, the truth, and the life, and he has a purpose for you. He died on the cross for the forgiveness of your sins, so you can not only be renewed, but to partner with him. All right, top of the 10th inning. 2 outs. Jackson Wilson trying to keep this game tied and set up a potential walk-off for the Jumbo Shrimp in the bottom of the inning. Red Wings and Jumbo Shrimp doing battle here in Florida, the Sunshine State. Jackson Wilson, who came here out of the University of North Carolina, looking to come up big for his team right here. 2-2, Rochester batting with 2 outs and a runner at second base. Wilson to Andrew Pickney.
Ball, that's in.
Inside with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, 1-0. Rochester looking to take a late lead against Jackson Wilson. That's tapped down the third base line. And that'll do it. We had a slow-a-foot runner, and Jackson Wilson had him off balance. Bottom of the 10th, Jumbo Shrimp coming to bat looking to win it. But they can't. So now Wilson's going to have to go back out there for the 11th to take on Jose Fermin, a former St. Louis Cardinal, with first base open. The pitch.
That's a ball.
That looked like a strike, and I think it was. If we would have challenged, it would have worked in our favor. But instead of 0-1, it's 1-0 to Fermin. Check swing.
Did he go?
Yes, he did, said the first base umpire. 1-1 from Jackson Wilson. Pitching here in the 11th, the delivery. Strike 2 to Jose Fermin. If we can get him out, we can potentially issue an intentional pass to set up a double play. But I think with it being the bottom of the order, we're just going to go after him. 1-2 pitch.
Ball.
Slider and Fermin lays off it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rochester and Jacksonville currently squaring off in a classic. 2-2, top of the 11th inning. The next pitch from Wilson. Line drive into left field. That's a base hit, and Rochester has the lead. 3-2 is the score as Fermin comes up big against Jackson Wilson.
The batter number 5, second baseman, Wyatt Young.
Now Wyatt Young. Strike 1. So that run will not be charged to Wilson. If it is, that's stupid. The 0-1. Check swing, he went around. Strike 2. All right, now we just have to treat this like a normal inning. Don't allow any more damage. Set these next 3 hitters down and let the offense respond. If they can't, we don't deserve the win. Here's a pop-up into right. Young was in protect mode, and that's exactly why Wilson threw it in that spot. 1 on with 1 out. Fermin, who gave Rochester the lead with an RBI single, is standing over at first base, and now here is Chas McCormick. Back to the top of the order for the Red Wings. McCormick with that unique stance as he crowds the plate. Wilson's going to start him out with a cutter in on his hands. The pitch.
Ball, that's inside.
It looked pretty good. That's ball 1. Wilson deals. Slider popped in the air to the right. Again. Right fielder is over, and he makes the catch. Good job by Jackson Wilson to limit the damage so far. Allowed that uninherited run to score on an RBI single. Now it's up to Dalen Lyle. First pitch from Wilson, headed Holmes.
That's a ball.
Oof. I was ready to call that a strike. Maybe the umpire saw something I didn't. And that assumption was correct. Now, we just threw him a changeup. Let's try the fastball right here. There's a fly ball into right. A right fielder will tie a record. Makes the catch, side retired. So Jackson Wilson retires 4 out of 5 that he faces here today. Allows an unearned run to score, but it was still a very effective effort. And now we'll see if Jacksonville can come up clutch. Yes, we do! It's a walk-off victory for the Jumbo Shrimp, and Jackson Wilson's going to pick up the win. What a big-time performance by the entire team as this AAA crowd goes bananas. On GOAT difficulty, getting dubs. Here on Road to the Show, MLB The Show 26. With Action Jackson Wilson, that's our 3rd victory of the season. And a great start to this home set. Out hit, but we outperformed them. 4-3 is the final. This dominant month of May continues for Jackson Wilson. He's got that 2.79 ERA. And he's got Jacksonville currently in a hunt for the division championship. Jumbo Shrimp, who were in first place for the entire month of April, have fallen off. But there is a positive. Even though wins have been tougher to come by, the Miami Marlins organization is still generating a lot of interest because of the play of Jackson Wilson. Wilson coming off his 3rd victory of the year. He was super effective in those extra frames. Begin this series against Rochester. And once again, Wilson's going to be pitching in a tie game. Top of the 9th inning. I mean, look at this management. Not only do they want Wilson to throw and save opportunities, but they also are relying on him to keep his team afloat. In the highest of pressure situations. Pickney with a check swing on that changeup. He went around, according to our first base umpire. And now Wilson evens the count as he misses upstairs with that fastball, 1-1. The catcher likes the changeup, so we'll go back to it. The pitch by Jackson Wilson, headed home. Tapper to first base. That's 4 in a row set down by Jackson Wilson. Dating back to last game, 1 down.
The catcher, Caleb
Lomavita. He's 0 for 3 with a walk, batting 189 on the season. He's due for a breakout. Wilson's hoping it's not against him. First pitch, strike called. 97 miles per hour. 4-4 here in the 9th. The pitch by Wilson. Beautiful breaking ball, boy. That looked like it was on the outside corner. Or the inside corner, excuse me. And we were correct. Beautifully done by Jackson Wilson. 0-2 the count. Lamavita with the bases empty. 1 out. The pitch.
Nope, outside.
Good eye right there. Still 1-2. Now the fastball. Wilson brings it. Fouled away. Fastball at 98. Another 1-2 pitch.
Ball two.
Breaking ball, and Lamavita wisely lays off. Wilson trying to win what has been a tough battle against Lamavita. And he will. He jams him. And the third baseman makes the catch on the fly.
The batter, number 2.
Not a difficult play because it wasn't hard hit.
Willard.
As you can see, Wilson had him completely uncomfortable and off balance. And now it'll be up to Eli Willits, who's had a great day for Rochester. He's 2 for 3 with a couple of singles, and he's also swiped the bag. Wilson is ready. Takes a couple of breathers, and now he deals to Eli Willits. Ground ball into the hole and past the second baseman for a 2-out single. Again, Wilson had it in on his hands, but Willits had a little bit more success. Go-ahead run at first base for Chaz McCormick. The pitch by Jackson Wilson on the way, outside 1-0. McCormick has also found himself in a mighty struggle. Just 1 out of his first 13 in this series. Hitless here today. The pitch by Wilson. And the struggles will continue. Ground ball to first. McCormick set down. And the Jumbo Shrimp will once again look to walk it off and give Jackson Wilson another victory.
Leading off for Rochester.
All right, back to extra innings.
16, Jose.
All right, here we go again with Jose Fermin leading off. With a runner at second, nobody out. He delivered with an RBI hit off Wilson the last time these two linked up in this spot. And now it's an identical situation, and Wilson is looking for some redemption. Fermin challenged that first pitch that was called a strike, and it's been overturned 1-0. Now the 1-0 pitch. Fermin pops it into center field. Jackson Wilson with a big first out, and the runner is going to have to retreat back to second base.
The batter, number 5.
Not this time, Fermin. Take a seat. Now Wyatt Young. Young is 0 for 3 with a walk. We could issue the intentional pass, but Wilson, since it's the bottom of the order, he's going to go after him with first base open. Swing and a miss. 98 miles per hour. Although he's batting ninth, Wyatt Young has been strong in these spots, hitting .409 with runners in scoring position as Wilson backs him off the plate. That breaking ball, it's 1-1. Wilson into the wind. The pitch in the dirt, blocked by the catcher. No advancement from the runner at second. 2-1. Hitters count now for Wyatt Young, so Wilson's going to go with the cutter. Now the fastball's too obvious. The pitch, fought off by Young. That was put in just the right place by Jackson Wilson, and now we're going to go change up away. 2-2 pitch to Wyatt Young on the way. Outside, full count. Now granted, if we issue a walk here, it's not a lost cause, because like I said, we do set up the double play. But I'd rather have a runner at second, 2 out, and the leadoff batter up than first and second, 1 out. The pitch. Popped in the air. Left field. That's going to drop for a single. And Wyatt Young is going to deliver again, or so he thought. He's out. The left fielder cuts him down. Sanoa keeps the game tied. Wilson getting some help from his defense, and honestly, that was deserved because that was a perfect 3-2 pitch. That was not Wilson's fault that Young was able to do something with that. But if you take another look on the up cam, it was the correct call. He got him on the left arm. And now Wilson will be relieved. A valiant effort by the Jumbo Shrimp again down the stretch. That unearned run is taken off the board.
For the Jumbo Shrimp, number 62.
And that's going to do it. Jacksonville with back-to-back walk-off victories against the Rochester visitors. A lot of heart, a lot of grit, and a lot of guts leading to glory. Jackson Wilson with another valiant effort, a scoreless outing. I don't think I got the win because it took us until the 12th to get this done. But nevertheless, great job by the entire team as we go up 2-1 in this series. Two hits allowed, but no damage done. Great work by Jackson Wilson. Continues to lower that ERA. It's now down by 2 full points ever since we started today's stream. All right, the Jumbo Shrimp are back for more in this home series against Rochester. Jackson Wilson, who hasn't been involved in many save opportunities today, he's mostly been acting as the super glue that holds this team together. And once again, he's going to be pitching in either a tie game or in a spot when his team is trailing. 6-5 Rochester as Wilson starts out Dylan Lyle with a strike. Wilson just has to keep dominating when his name is called. He can't be intimidated by the situation, even when it may seem boring. Because pitching when your team's behind, it's honestly nowhere near as fun when your team's winning, obviously. We got to maintain our effectiveness. That's how you be a team player. Here's a ground ball to the first baseman, a race to the bag, and Wilson slides in there. One down.
Now batting, the right fielder, Dominic.
Wilson showing off his athleticism. And here is Dominic Fletcher. Wilson with another great start to this 9th inning. And he starts Fletcher out with a strike over the inside corner. That was at 97 miles per hour. That bullpen work is finally starting to pay off for Wilson. Starting to hit his spots a lot more often. And as a result, he's got hitters completely confused. And Dominic Fletcher wishes he had that one back. Swing and a miss on a fastball that was way inside. Now the 0-2 pitch. At least he was able to lay off that. 1-2 the count from Jackson Wilson. Pitching with the bases empty and his team trailing 6-5 in the ninth. The pitch on the way. Fletcher hits one into center field. Checks on the center fielder. 2 down. Great job by Jackson Wilson. Very effective fastballs. Now it's up to Riley Adams. Adams standing tall in the right batter's box. Holds the bat high over his shoulder. The first pitch from Jackson Wilson. Slider is a beauty for strike one. 6-5 Rochester over Jacksonville here in the top of the ninth. Breaking ball misses in. 1-1 from Jackson Wilson. Wilson came into this game with a dominant ERA in the month of May. It's at about 2.5, and Wilson's at 4.65 overall. It's line down the right field line. This might drop, and it will. So Adams not trying to do too much. But he does just enough to keep this inning alive. Gets himself a bloop single into right. And now here's Andrew Pinckney. Wilson elects to go with the changeup. That's taken downstairs 1-0. See, we got some new viewers. Welcome to Ladder of Light Gaming. I'm your host, Action Jackson Wilson, with MLB The Show 26. Road to the show on GOAT difficulty. We're in AAA, Jacksonville, the affiliate of the Miami Marlins. There's a high strike from Jackson Wilson, 1-1. No argument from Pinckney. That was the right call. Now here comes a 1-1. Lined into right. That's a base hit. Great job by the right fielder to cut it off. And it'll be first and third with 2 out. And all of a sudden, Rochester looking for some 2-out rally. As Wyatt Young walks to the plate. Young moved up to 6th in the batting order as a reward for his recent performance. He's batting over 400 with runners in scoring position. He's also hitting .287 overall. Wilson trying to set him down and keep Jacksonville within a run. The pitch, fouled away. Wilson not afraid of Young. Going right after him. It's 0-1. The pitch. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to Wyatt Young. Let's try to finish him off with a high pepper jack cheese.
Ball inside.
That didn't miss by much. Man, that was closer than I thought. Otherwise, I would have challenged it. 1-2 pitch. Perfect release, but it's foul. First baseman fielded it cleanly, but the inning is going to continue. 1-2 again to Young. In the dirt. Catcher with the block. Well, they're going to try to go to second, and he's safe. The catcher let it fly, but now there's 2 in scoring position. That's okay. All we're worried about is the hitter. Don't be intimidated by what's happening around you. Just focus on the task at hand. 2-2 pitch for Wyatt Young. Line drive into left, and he delivers. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. And Rochester adds some insurance here in the 9th inning. I tell you, Wyatt Young just cannot do no wrong. He just continues to be a hitter with runners in scoring position. Did a great job of handling that fastball, taking it the other way. Now Wilson to Jose Fermin. Strike 1. Cutter at 93 miles per hour. Wilson had the bases empty, 2 out. But then 3 consecutive singles and a wild pitch allowed 2 runs to score. Here's a fly ball into right, and that's going to do it. That's the frustrating part. Wilson gave up 2 hits that weren't really because of a bad pitch. And then, as a result, Rochester ends up scoring. And look, what do you know? We got 2 runs in the bottom half. We would have won if we would have got that final out. But let's see what De Los Santos has got up his sleeve. We need some magic. 3-1 pitch. DeSantos with a high fly ball. Deep. And caught to end the game. That ball just kept on carrying, and it looked like it was going to be another Jacksonville walk-off. But the Jumbo Shrimp falls short. The final of 8-7. You could see the disappointment across Jackson Wilson's face. Allowed 2 runs with 2 outs in the top of this 9th, and that ended up being the difference in the game. But that's okay. Non-save situation. We were already losing, so the fact that we were still able to make a game out of this, I really appreciate everybody's fight, for sure.
Oh no, let me finish the book. Sorry, Mommy. And the people came to the king's side cheering. Hooray, the sun has come out. And the king began to sing.
Just another day in the sun.
All right, time for a reunion with Worcester, this time on enemy ground. Jackson Wilson back into the bullpen. Continue to work on that break. We got to have an effective fastball if we want to be successful, especially as a pitcher that throws a lot of strikes. Finally a safe situation. It's felt like a million years, but Jackson Wilson is finally back to his ordinary role. So far this season, Wilson 13 out of 16 in save opportunities. Got an ERA of 5.06. That went up a little bit following his last performance. Wilson gave up 2 runs on 3 hits in a game in which his team was already behind 6-5 in the 9th inning. Today, it's the opposite. 5-3 Jacksonville, and the 8-9-1 hitters coming up for the Red Sox. The goal is simple. And the inning without allowing a run. Maintain your effectiveness. Throw strikes. Let your defense do the work behind you. There's a foul off the catcher's mask. Strike 1. That'll certainly wake you up. Now the 0-1.
Ball.
Breaking ball from Jackson Wilson, down and in. 1-1 to Drew Earhart. He needs to get on base. Give his team a chance with the tying run on deck. 1-1 from Wilson. Popped in the air to right. This should be easy. One down. It feels good to be back on the winning end, guys. Let's keep it that way. 2 outs to go. Here is Braden Ward. Ward batting from the left side. Wilson's going to stick with the fastball. There's strike one. Nothing cute. Catcher puts down a cutter. And Wilson hits his spot with it. The umpire didn't give him the strike, but we're about to change that. I know for a fact that that was in the zone. Come on, umpire. Got to do better. You can't afford to slip up in this situation. Now the 0-2 to Ward. In the air, deep right center field. This ball's going to be over the head of the center fielder. There's life for the Red Sox as Ward digs for third. And he will make it there standing. So Wilson tried to fool him with an 0-2 changeup. Ward was ready to hit. Now the tying run is coming to the plate for the Red Sox. That caught way too much of the plate. And now we're back to the top with Monasterio. Wilson with a quick pitch. Strike one. Monasterio representing the tying run for the Red Sox. 5-3 Jacksonville in the ninth. The pitch. Outside 1-1 from Jackson Wilson. Catcher wants an off-speed pitch, but we're going to go fastball. Flied into center field. That's caught. The runner tags, and he will score. It's a one-run game. It's all right. We still got the lead. And it comes down to Christian Campbell. He's drawn a couple of walks and stole a base. Looking to keep this game alive for Worcester. The pitch by Wilson, and he's done it! We have a tie game. Campbell with a no-doubter, and Wilson with his fourth blown save of the season. Gosh dang, man. You talk about being ready to hit. Goodness gracious. Wilson went with that cutter, and Campbell just destroys it.
Now batting, catcher, Andy Rodriguez.
You know what? I'll be honest with you guys. I'm frustrated. I'm going to send a message. Take this, Rodriguez.
That hit him.
Now batting, left fielder, Matt.
Get me out of this game, coach. I know that was uncalled for, but if that guy wants to admire that home run and flip his bat on a no-doubter, then I'm going to hit somebody. I mean, not to injure, of course. I went for the back, not his head, but... And guess what? We still won the game. Ha ha, everybody wins. It's all good. I blew the save, but I got the last laugh. I sent a message to one of their teammates, and the teammates took care of the rest. That fired everybody up, you know? I may have blown it, but guess what? It's not how you start, it's how you finish. I'm sorry, guys. I usually don't get frustrated like that, but after seeing that home run, and with all this cheese that I've went through, I had to get it off my chest. I had to.
Now pitching for number 14, Jackson Wilson.
All right, here we go. Now we can get redemption by pitching cleanly. Another 2-run lead to protect. And the top of the order coming up for Worcester, so you know what that means. We'll probably take on Mr. No Doubter. I ought to hit him, too. Sorry, guys. I usually don't like hitting batters, but right now I'm feeling a little savage. 1 pitch, 1 out. You know what else is also savage? Throwing a 1-2-3 9th inning after getting roughed up the previous day. That's what we're out to do. Yeah, give me Christian Campbell. Give me him right now. You know what I'm going to do? I don't care if the game's on the line. This guy took me deep last game. I'm sending a message.
I got it. Take first.
How's it going, Griffin? You came just in time to see some beef with me and Campbell. If this comes back to bite me, so be it. I had to send that message. I had to. That guy took me deep for a no-doubter to tie the game, and he watched and admired the home run. You lit a fire under me, bro. I'm sorry. I'm going to hit you, and I'm going to get your teammates. If you guys make me pay the price for it, then good on you. You deserve it. These guys have got me ticked right now. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch by Wilson. Fouled off. Still 0-2. Griffin, great to have you on the show. Hopefully we can play again soon. The 0-2 pitch from Wilson. Jammed. Fouled back. Still 0-2. So tough to get rid of these hitters, especially on GOAT difficulty. But Wilson has done it! A swing and a miss by Rodriguez. 2 down here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Wilson trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Beaning Campbell and then picking up the save. He's 1 out away from doing so. Pitch.
Ball 1.
Ball 1 to Anthony Ziegler. Ziegler 2 out of 4 with a couple of singles and an RBI. Wilson retired the first man he faced in this night. Intentionally hit Christian Campbell, who took him deep last game. Then he struck out Rodriguez, and now he's trying to finish it off right here. That's right down the middle, umpire. You got to get some freaking glasses, like I'm not frustrated enough. Look at that. 1-1 the count. Unbelievable. How do they miss these calls? 1-1 pitch. Strike 2. Wilson 1 strike away from getting back in the win column. He's going to go with the cutter to Ziegler. The pitch on the way. Popped in the air. Right center field. Screw you, Campbell. Screw you, Red Sox. I don't regret hitting you. And guess what? That game you hit the no-doubter off me, we still won the game. Screw you. 2-1 lead in the series. All that frustration is officially off my chest. And screw GOAT difficulty, even though we're going to continue playing on it. Screw how cheesy it is. And screw all the haters that are giving up on me. Let's go. 10 games over 500 for Jacksonville. Second in the International East. This is the AAA affiliate of the Miami Marlins. Jackson Wilson trying to work his way up to the bigs. He did his thing here today while sending a message in the process. He threw a fastball that hit Campbell square in the back. I hope that'll teach him a lesson not to showboat on home runs. Got to do better than that, or else you're going to spark outrages in the bigs. Now, granted, I know you're not supposed to intentionally hit people either, but I had a reason. And guess what? I think I have another chance at a save. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. I don't know how many times I've said that, but we'll see what happens right here. Well, never mind. Man, they came out ticked today. You know, I have a question, though, Coach. Why are you putting me in the game with us down 10-0 and I'm a closer?
Ball.
This makes no sense. That's a strike, by the way. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm blind. Nope, that was over the outside corner. Bad umpires, poor decisions by the manager. Oh, well, it is what it is. He's got to pitch around it. 0-2. Thankfully, I only have to face 1 hitter at the minimum to get through this 8th. There we go. Pop fly into center. Wilson's back on track. His team may not have won today, but he got his man. To the 9th inning. Jumbo Shrimp trailing 10-0. All right, series tied, 2 games apiece. Game on. We got beef. We got a rivalry between these two. The Red Sox and the Jumbo Shrimp. And it was made evident with Campbell and Wilson. Campbell hit that no-doubter home run to tie the game. Wilson hit the next batter, was taken out of the game. Jacksonville went on to win. The next game, Wilson nails Campbell with a pitch intentionally. And then he retires the next 2 he faces to record a save. And then Worcester punches back with a 10-0 victory here today. Now, can I please be put in a safe situation this time?
For Jacksonville, number 14, Jackson Wilson.
You know, I know I don't have the best ERA right now, but really a lot of that is attributed to runs I've given up in non-save situations. I'm just a lot better with my team in the lead. And that's the way it usually is with any closer.
The center fielder.
All right, here's a chance for us to get more bragging rights against the Red Sox. Very fitting that they're affiliated with the Reds with Boston, because Wilson doesn't like Boston to begin with. Especially as a Cardinals fan growing up. Beat us twice in the World Series. Here's a strike on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball as Jackson Wilson looks to put the dagger, nail in the coffin. Fly ball into center field. 1 down here in the 9th.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Wilson overcoming the stormy waters. He's looking to get his team back on the victorious side of things. That's a strike. How many calls is this umpire going to miss in this series? That's what I want to know. Rosenio, an open stance, holds the bat down on his back shoulder. The pitch by Wilson on the way. Ties him up with a fastball. He had no choice but to spoil it. Quickly, 0-2. The catcher wants a fastball, but we're going to go slider. The pitch by Wilson. Checked his swing. And the call stands. Wilson appealed. But the umpire doesn't ring him up. Now the 1-2.
Ball.
Cutter misses upstairs. 2-2 from Jackson Wilson. Now let's go change up. 4-3, Jumbo Shrimp in the 9th. Base is empty. That's pulled foul by Briseño. What a fight he is putting up against Wilson here in this 9th inning. 2-2 coming. Check this swing, and this time he went around. He was unable to pull the trigger, and Wilson embarrassed him. 2 gone, and now the last hope, Caden Bodine. Still looking for his first hit this year. Wilson trying to make him wait a little bit longer. All fastballs, the 0-1. Fouled away again. Worcester down to its last strike, and Jackson 1 strike away from more redemption against these rivals of his. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Tough pitch for Bodine to handle with 2 strikes, but he's able to keep this game alive. Now the winning run is coming to the plate. Miguel Blaze. Wilson's going to go first pitch slider to Blaze. That's called a ball, but again, Wilson wants a challenge. Finally, the umpire gets it correct. It's 1-0. Worcester trying to get a 2-out rally started.
Ball.
As Wilson misses over the inside corner, 2-0. We're at the bottom of the order. You don't want to lose this batter. To the top of the order lurking.
Ball.
3-0. We're just going to put these in the middle of the plate. Will they turn him loose? No. Good pitch by Wilson. Now let's go Cutter. Wilson trying to rally. Full count. All right, here we go. Blay. Payoff pitch coming from Wilson. Fouled away again. Slider. Ground ball. Diving stop by the third baseman. From his knees. Ball game. Take that, Worcester. The Jumbo Shrimp have led the series 3-2. And the worst they can do is tie. Great job by Jackson Wilson coming back from 3-0 and stranding the tying run and locking up his 15th save of the season. And that'll do it for this series. All right. I know that we've played a full month, guys, but since I'm off work today, we're going to go with a lengthy stream. We're going to play up until the Futures game. So there's a lot of action left ahead here on Ladder of Light Gaming. Strap yourselves in. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. Let the summer of 2027 begin. It is June, ladies and gentlemen. What a time to be in Florida. Not just for the weather, not just for the beach, but for baseball. There's a lot of excitement being stirred up within this organization, whether it's Pensacola, Jacksonville, or Miami. And now Jackson Wilson's going to get a call. Uh-oh. It's from the farm director. What does he want? Uh-oh. Big games coming up for Wilson because we're going to have Miami Marlins front office advisors paying close attention. They think we're close to being ready for the big leagues, but they want to see how we look in person. We can do that, and right out of the gate, we're going to have a save situation. Leading 5-3 against the Norfolk Tides.
For the Jumbo Shrimp, number 14, Jackson Wilson.
With Miami Marlins front office members in attendance, Jackson Wilson looking to show what he's got. He looks to protect the 5-3 lead for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp against the Norfolk Tides here at AAA. Scouts are going to be at these next couple of games taking a look at Wilson and many other players. Miami continuing to grow its farm system. And the first pitch, Hampson shows bunt. Wilson gave him a slider that's fouled off. Strike one. Got to think that Wilson's game will elevate, knowing that these are Marlin representatives in attendance. You only get so many opportunities to prove your worth in front of these people in person as a non-big leaguer. That's a good start for Jackson Wilson if he can get this call. Pitch looked like it wrapped the outside corner, but Hampson barely able to stay alive. Let's hit him with the high cheese. The pitch by Wilson. Swing and a miss, strike three. One down here in the ninth inning. And a great start for Jackson Wilson in terms of proving his worth in front of Miami Marlin representatives. They got members of the farm system here watching the action tonight. Christian Encarnacion, strike one on a cutter. Encarnacion has had a great night, 2 for 4 with a double, a single, an RBI, and a run scored. But Wilson's looking to set him down. Keep the tying run out of the batter's box. The pitch. Encarnacion, a swing and a miss. 0-2. Wilson's going to go fastball. Fearlessly going after him, and Encarnacion is able to stay alive. Now the breaking ball away. Wilson deals. Ripped, foul.
That ball's foul.
He was ready for the hanger. That's a missed opportunity. As they say about great players, you don't want to give them a second opportunity, but Encarnacion is still able to get on base. That 0-2 slider, he's able to handle it.
Number 13.
And now in walks the tying run, Heston Jerstad. Wilson certainly doesn't want to blow a save in this situation. But there is a chance now with Jerstad at the plate. He could tie this with one swing of the bat. Catcher puts down a changeup. Wilson brings it. Strike one to Jerstad. Umpire called it a ball, but this is going to get reversed. There it is. 1-1 the count. Tell you, some of these umpires, I don't know if it's age or what, but they need to get some glasses or something.
Ball.
2 balls and a strike as Wilson went up the ladder to Heston Jerstad. Runner at first base, 1 out in the ninth. The pitch by Wilson, Jerstad tied up. As that cutter bored in on his hands, it's 2-2. Now the catcher wants a changeup. The pitch by Jackson Wilson is a beauty. Down goes Jerstad on strikes. 2 away. Great composure being shown by Jackson Wilson as he picks up his second strikeout of this 9th inning. Boy, the scouts in attendance are going to love that. But you know what they would love even more? A successful save. The only man in Wilson's way is Lucan Baker. There's another strike that's called a ball. Wilson knew it right away. Go to the system. It's 0-1. It's proof that this game doesn't want me to be great. Out of all times when I need to impress MLB team scouts, the umpire is not giving me a kind strike zone. 1-1. But I'm going to work around this like I usually do. It's not always successful, but we're going to keep coming regardless. 1-1 to Baker. Outside 2-1. With MLB scouts in attendance, Jackson Wilson pitching this 9th inning for AAA Jacksonville, trying to lock up a 5-3 win. The pitch to Lucan Baker. Grounded to third. Oh, actually lined, but it doesn't matter. That's the 3rd out. Jumbo Shrimp win it. Jackson Wilson with an effective 9th inning, working around a 1-out single, and he picks up his 16th save of the year. Let's go, guys. Great work. Way to be ready on defense. Jumbo Shrimp improved to 36-23. It has been a solid season as a unit for Jacksonville, even though the most important thing is Jackson Wilson getting ready for the bigs. If you guys are just tuning in, we're currently pitching in front of MLB scouts, representatives from the Marlins farm system. So if we can go all out here and dominate like we're hoping to, we could maybe be getting that call up sooner rather than later. This is Wilson's first full year in AAA Jacksonville after spending 6 months in Pensacola in his rookie season. Wilson's been through a lot of adversity like usual, but he's proving that he belongs. Another save opportunity coming up against Norfolk. Again, with MLB scouts in attendance, Jackson Wilson is looking to save the day. Prove that he could be the Marlins' right-hand man for many years to come. Marlins are looking to rebuild the organization after years of suffering and losing. They need fan favorites if they want to attract larger crowds, and right now, Jackson Wilson is becoming one quickly. That's a called strike over the inside corner, 0-1. Garrett Hampson didn't like it. but Wilson gets ahead of him with a 1-run lead. Swing and a miss. And now he expands the zone. 0-2 from Jackson Wilson. Pitching the top of the 9th inning with Jacksonville leading 3-2. The delivery. Hampson eludes that breaking ball. Takes a quick glance back at Wilson. Now the 1-2 coming. Catcher put down a slider, but Wilson's going to go with the smoke. And Hampson hits one down the left field line. That's going to be caught for out number 1. Got it in on his hands. He had a good swing. But there's plenty of room in that outfield. 1 down here in the 9th. Here is Nick Prado. Back to the top of the order. Prado 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. Wilson's going to start him out with a breaking ball. The pitch. A beauty for strike 1. Now the changeup.
Ball.
Down and away. It's 1-1 from Jackson Wilson. Catcher puts down a fastball. Wilson throws it. Fouled off. 1-2 to Nick Prado. Stick with the smoke again. The delivery. They set up inside and look out. Wilson with that increased velocity. Got that in the high 90s. All Prado can do is smile after seeing that at head level. 2-2. Change up, and Prado able to stay alive. Norfolk Tides and the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. Jacksonville leading 3-2. 1 out, bases empty, top of the 9th. And Prado just refusing to budge against Jackson Wilson despite looking at several tough pitches. Let's try the Mariano Rivera special. The cutter inside.
That's a ball.
He didn't offer. Full count. If Prado can get on base, he would represent the tying run. The pitch by Jackson Wilson on the way. Fly it into center field. Center fielder doesn't even have to move. Just takes a few steps to his left, and Prado is retired. So in a battle of heavyweights, Wilson wins it. 2 down, nobody on. And the last hope is Christian Encarnacion, who has been another pest for Jackson Wilson to deal with. Encarnacion. Open the relaxed stance. The pitch by Wilson is a swing and a miss as he ties him up on a 95-mile-an-hour cutter. Wilson again looking to do his thing in front of MLB scouts. Calm, cool, and collected, but Encarnacion again keeping the game alive for the Norfolk Tides. The second straight game, Wilson's going to have to deliver with at least 1 runner on base. And look who it is. It's Heston Kjerstad. He took Wilson deep earlier in the year, but now Kjerstad hits one into the left field corner. That's going to get down. Are they going to send the tying run? They are. This has got to be a perfect throw, and it is! He's out! He's out! The defense has done it again! Wilson with another save! His 17th at AAA. I tell you what, for all the bad breaks that I've gotten, I'll definitely take a couple good ones here and there. Kjerstad did a great job of handling that tough pitch, but this is why it's a team sport. Jackson Wilson has done it again, and actually we should rephrase it. The Jumbo Shrimp have done it again. Not only did they give Wilson an opportunity to show out in front of scouts, but they said they're going to be looking at several other players as well. Again, that's got to be music to their ears, seeing how well this Jumbo Shrimp team plays together. They are in unison. All right, that does it for this series with Norfolk. You got to love the confidence that those scouts had in Wilson. They said that we're very close to being ready for the big leagues. But let's see what the remainder of this year has to offer. The ERA continues to lower for us. We got it down to 4.86. Back to the bullpen we go. You're watching MLB 26 Road to the Show here on Ladder of Light Gaming with yours truly, Axon Jackson Wilson, bringing you an extended live stream here today because I'm off work. Uh-oh, another phone call. Kendrick Wade, the farm director of the Marlins, calling us back. Yeah, he wanted to touch base. And he thinks we need to spend a little more time honing your skills. You know, that's tough to hear, but again, I appreciate the call. See, making the bigs is no cupcake. You got to be ready. And I really appreciate the honesty. Keep pushing yourself and you'll get your shot at the big leagues soon enough. Thank you, Kendrick. Looking forward to see you again soon. Yep, just got to keep doing our thing, guys. Who knows? An injury could happen or something unexpected. Because as of late, we've been really strong. We didn't have our best stuff last game, but a save is a save. And we're looking for our 18th one in 22 opportunities as Wilson will come in for his 34th appearance here on the road at Rochester. Wilson in the bright lights of New York.
Second baseman, Wyatt.
And here is somebody I've wanted to get back at, Wyatt Young. Again, we can kill two birds with one stone. We can win a personal war and lock up a win for our team. Wyatt Young on the first pitch is going to ground out to first base. First objective accomplished. Wyatt Young, take a seat. One down.
Number 19, Reed Mooney.
Now Reed Mooney. Top of the order for Rochester, down to its final 2 outs. The pitch by Jackson Wilson. Gorgeous slider that floats over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Mooney takes what looked like strike 2. Wilson will challenge and win it. All right, come on. The 0-2. Check swing, he went around. Strike 3. 2 quick outs for Wilson here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 4, Galen.
That curveball looked sharp. In fact, it's so nasty that it's resulted in not just some wild pitches, but wild pitches that ricochet back to the home plate. That just goes to show you how much movement Wilson has on those pitches. 3 up, 3 down for Rochester here today. Wilson throwing strikes and letting his defense take care of the rest. That's 18 saves and 22 opportunities for Jackson Wilson here at AAA Jacksonville. Big win for the Jumbo Shrimp after dropping the first 2 contests of this series. If you're just joining us, MLB scouts actually got a chance to look at me in person in one of our previous series. We didn't do enough to make the club, but there's still a lot to be optimistic about. We just got to keep developing our game, keep getting everything sharper. And as a result, good things will happen. There's a look at Jackson Wilson. He's currently on the league leaderboard in terms of overall saves. 3 behind the league leader with 18. Looking for number 19 right here. Bottom of the 10th inning, Jacksonville leading by a score of 6-3. It'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Red Wings, beginning with Nicky Lopez. Wilson will start this AB with a cutter. And it's at the knees for strike 1. Umpire, get your glasses. I'm sick of all these missed calls, man. I can't keep doing it. Not here to mess around, man. I take my strikes very, very seriously. The 0-1. Fly ball into left. This is playable in front of the track. 1 down. Runner tries to tag and go to third, and he will make it. Wilson not too concerned about him right now. For 1, that's an unearned run. And 2, even if he scores, we still got the lead. A commanding 6-3 advantage here in the 9th inning, or rather the bottom of the 10th for Jacksonville. Wilson looking to go out and execute his pitches and prevent a rally. That's not going to help. That's a base hit into the left field gap as Lamavita was ready to hit on that first pitch cutter. So now the tying run is coming to the plate for Rochester. And it's Wyatt Young, who has unarguably been their most clutch hitter up to this point. The pitch by Wilson. Young gets underneath the cutter. Fly ball into right center. That's caught for out number 2. The runner will stay put at second, 2 down. Again, Wilson is able to set down Wyatt Young after he got a big hit off him earlier in the year. And now bring on the boss challenge for the win. Reed Mooney, 1 out of 13 in this series. He was demoted to the number 9 hole for that reason. But here is his chance to turn some heads. Wilson, on the other hand, looking to throw strikes, get out of this, and pick up his 19th save. He currently was in the conversation for the league leader in that department. He's currently 6th overall. The pitch, ripped into left field. That's down for a hit. 1 run is going to score, and it's 6-5 in the bottom of this 10th. Winning run coming to the plate for the Red Wings. Dalen Lyle. Wilson with a long look. Working from the stretch, the pitch.
Nope, that's high.
Now let's double check that. That looked high, but that may have caught the top shelf. Nope. 1-0. Kiko Lowams, great to have you here, man. According to the Miami Marlins front office, we are doing a lot more in terms of getting called up, but we're not ready yet. We got to continue to hone our skills, but this will certainly help. Fly ball into right, and Wilson and the Jumbo Shrimp are going to hang on. A final of 6-5. Wilson picks up his 19th save, gave up a couple hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned. But a win is a win. We'll take it. This series is tied 2 games apiece. Let's go. Wilson accomplishes his goal of 4 saves in a month. Been pretty efficient in that category, 19 for 23 in save opportunities. ERA still isn't the best, but as you guys can see, it's lower, even though it went up a little bit because of this game. But look how close we are to being called up. I think after a few more weeks and a little bit more development, we'll be ready. But we got to continue to execute at our role. If we can't do that, then there's obviously not going to be any place for us on the big league club. There are the numbers for Wilson as he makes his 36th appearance of the year. We got an extended stream here today on Ladder of Light Gaming. I'm off work. So if you guys missed out, a lot of action to catch up on. We started out at the beginning of May. Now here we are working our way through June up to the All-Star break. 3-1 Jacksonville over Rochester here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Dalen Lyle, who made the last out of the previous game, looking for some redemption against Jackson Wilson here this afternoon. The pitch on the way. Wilson ripped into right field, but that is playable for out number 1. Diving stab. Wilson's teammates have his back. Web gem alert in Rochester. Take another look. That's a catch. Remarkable play. Now Robert Hassel. Wilson should get a lot of momentum off of that. There's a strike. 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Now Wilson with the next. Cutter ties him up. Fouled away. No balls and 2 strikes. Hassel walks back in. Wilson has his sign. He's going to go with the breaking ball. That's foul. Still 0-2. Honestly, I wanted that breaking ball a little bit lower. But it is what it is. The 0-2 pitch. Got him! Strike 3. That 96-mile-an-hour cutter looks a lot faster when it's in that spot.
Now batting, right field.
And with the movement it has, It's hard on the eyes. 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. A web gem by the right fielder to begin the inning. Then Wilson gets a strikeout, and now a ground out. Rochester goes in order. 20 saves for Jackson Wilson here in 2027 as a sophomore in the Miami Marlins organization. First year in AAA Jacksonville, and he's showing a lot of promise. Obviously, there's been a lot of humbling experiences, but all we can do is continue to work our way up. We're the number 4 closing pitcher prospect in all of baseball, and we're the 19th best player in the Marlins farm system amongst all positions. That's pretty good. Jumbo Shrimp rally to take the series here in Rochester. Let's keep it going, guys. This is Ladder of Light Gaming with Action Jackson Wilson. GOAT difficulty, MLB 26 the show. Wilson's starting to showcase that dog mentality as he continues to take his ERA down to 4.73. It's tougher to maintain a low ERA when you don't have as many innings under your belt as a reliever. But it's all good. I'm not complaining. All right, I think we're going to look at our attributes again. I think we're close to leveling up. Got to get more break on that changeup. It's also worth mentioning, guys, I'm only a 55 overall. I know playing with a 55 overall in GOAT difficulty is a very, very big challenge. But hey, if we're 20 for 24 in save opportunities despite that, we'll definitely take that. And now the Jumbo Shrimp are going to get their first look at the Syracuse Mets. So they traveled to New York. Now they're going to face somebody from New York on their home field. You got that right, Kiko Low Lambs. Definitely not rookie. It's the complete opposite. And if you guys don't believe me, just check out my past streams. Definitely a lot that we've gone through. And it's not just MLB The Show. It's every game we play. It's been the hardest difficulty. There are going to be losses. There are going to be bumps in the road. But when we win, it makes it so much more satisfying. And it's like we're taking the thin road in our walk with Christ. It's not always going to be easy, but once comfort leaves, glory begins. 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Syracuse Mets, beginning with Cam Collier, and that's a perfect pitch over the inside corner at 98 miles per hour from Jackson Wilson. He's going to stick with the smoke on this next one. Popped in the air, third base side. 1 down here in the ninth. This is bad news for the opponents. They have no choice but to swing at those because Wilson is painting those corners like Picasso. Aaron Sabato, a former North Carolina Tar Heel. I should know that. I'm a UNC fan. Getting a chance with the Syracuse Mets, but Wilson looking to keep him in check. Slider for strike 1. It's the thing about Wilson. You don't want to take pitches against him. He'll get ahead in the count more often than not. He's been super efficient. 0-2 on Sabato. 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Now we're going to go with the slider off the plate. How patient is Sabato? Not patient enough. He is out of here. Straight up embarrassed by the rookie. 2 down in the ninth.
The center fielder, number 16.
Now Milton Ellis. He's looking for a little power of the beard as Wilson looks to put him away. The pitch. High confidence. Strike 1. 97 miles per hour. Next pitch is going to be a cutter. Off the plate. Dynamite. Off the end of the bat. 1, 2, 3. Go the opponents again. That's 6 in a row set down by Wilson these last 2 outings. 21 saves. The weather is heating up in June, and so is Wilson. The Florida weather ain't the only thing that's surging. It's the charcoal. It's the charcoal. And you know what else we need during hot weather, Kiko Low Lambs? Plenty of juice. Get the 100% juice and let's go. We're also getting our game juiced up right now. Miami is definitely paying a lot more attention to us now. If they wouldn't have sent those scouts to our game in person. He told me I wasn't quite ready, but he will still be watching. And right now, it's been nothing but dubs ever since we had that conversation. Come on, are you guys with me? Let's go. We can and we will make the bigs. I don't care if we're on GOAT difficulty with a low overall. We will get our opportunity. Wilson, 21 for 25 in save opportunities. Earlier in the stream, we didn't have very many chances with a lead. Usually we were pitching with our team trailing or in a tie game. But now these are the situations that Wilson loves the most. See if he can get us out of the 10th inning and set up a potential walk-off. Strike one. 93-mile-an-hour cutter to Jose Ramos, who was taking all the way. The 0-1. That's strike two. Yeah, all of a sudden that fastball's got a little extra bite to it. These hitters are way late. Now the 0-2 from Wilson. Breaking ball struck him out. Perfect release with a thin bar, and Wilson is locked in. Jacksonville coming up in the bottom of the 10th with a chance to win it here at home. But we can't. So now the challenge ramps up for Jackson Wilson even more. Luis Urias, a former big leaguer, with a runner at second, nobody out. If that run scores, it's not charged to Wilson, but he's got that increased confidence. Here's Urias going after the first pitch fastball, but Wilson gets ahead of him. Strike one. Now the 0-1. Boosted confidence, swing and a miss by Urias. This Syracuse Mets team is full of free swingers, and Wilson's thriving off of it. Breaking ball coming next. Down and into Urias. See, notice how that bar gets bigger when your confidence goes up? That's all Wilson needed. When he gets hot, he's tough to stop. Now we're going to go fastball up and into Urias. See you later! What a pitch by Jackson Wilson, a master class with first base open. The runner does not move. Runner at second with one out. And now JT Schwartz. Wilson's going to stick with the smoke. Cutter in on his hands. Lined into center field. That's caught for out number two. How about this? Runner at second, nobody out, and Wilson has an opportunity to keep this game tied. This right here is what big league scouts want. Pitching in these kind of situations. Now Wilson's going to go with a first pitch slider. Check swing. It's at the knees. Strike one. This is what we've been waiting for, guys. And I know it's what you guys have been waiting for as well. This kind of play right here, a swing and a miss. The runner gets away. He will advance. But that's okay. All we have to do is get the hitter, and we're back in business. 0-2 the count. Hayden Sanger. Wilson's going to go high and tight. Try to put him away and keep the game tied. And he hits him. That's a tough break for Jackson Wilson. That's going to put two on with two out. It's all right. Get the next hitter. Get him to roll it over or something. First pitch by Wilson is high for a ball. So Wilson showing a lot of promise in this 11th inning. He's one pitch away from getting out of this without that unearned run scoring. But now he has to go after this next guy, and he's missing away with it. It's 2-0. Man, how quickly an inning can change on you in this game. We got to go cutter. 2-0 from Wilson. Swing and a miss. That's a perfect spot. It was tempting, and Rudick took the bait, because if he would have laid off it, that would have been ball three. Now the next delivery from Wilson. Breaking ball. That's bounced foul again. Perfectly placed over the inside corner. None of these pitches have been strikes from Wilson, but he's starting to have good enough stuff where the hitters are fooled. Now the 2-2 coming. Fastball, and he just stays alive. 97 miles per hour on the gun. Now let's go change up off the plate. 2 on, 2 out. The game was tied at 3. Wilson trying to keep it that way. Oh, just misses outside, and now the runners will get a head start on 3-2 from Wilson. Here we go. Payoff pitch. Lifted foul. We'll do it again. An unearned run standing over at third. The runner at first is charged to Wilson because he was hit. Another payoff pitch. Struck him out! The slider! The disappearing slider! Unbelievable! Jackson Wilson keeps the game tied despite all this adversity. Look at this angle. Greatness in Jacksonville. His name is in the city title for a reason. Can we win it? No, we still can't get the win. So Wilson's going to have to do it again. Cam Collier, 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up. Strike one. I'll tell you what, guys. Even if we lose this game now, we've definitely done enough to get a lot of people's attention. This has been a heroic performance from Jackson Wilson. That's taken upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. It's going to be Wilson's 3rd inning of the day. The pitch. Ground ball at the middle. Second baseman has it. Throws to first, 1 down. Hey, we'll take that. That's not a lost cause. Wilson only executing what he can control. Now, we do have that go-ahead run at third, and we could set up the double play. But if we're going to get beat by somebody, make it be this guy. No disrespect, but Vargas is struggling. And if he beats me, I tip his cap to him. Swing and a miss, strike one. That cutter remains versatile from Jackson Wilson over the inside corner. Catcher puts down a changeup. Wilson's going to go off the plate with it. You can't afford a wild pitch here. Good dig by the catcher. It's 1-1. Top of the 12th inning. Wilson in his 3rd inning of work. He came in a tie game, and he's able to keep it right here despite that ghost base runner. Up and in. Boy, that'll wake you up if you're Vargas. He's got a hitter's count at 2-1. We're going to mix things up. We're going to go breaking ball. The pitch by Wilson. It's a beauty, and Vargas has no choice but to foul it off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wilson from the stretch with a runner at third. The pitch on the way. Popped up into center field. And it's going to drop! How in the world did that drop? Did you guys see that swing and that contact? Vargas, quit taunting. That is all luck, man. Look at that bat swing. That looked like a routine pop-up to the shortstop. Like, when the game doesn't want you to win, it's obvious. The offense had 2 chances to win this game in the bottom of the 10th, bottom of the 11th, despite all that I did for them. And then I do it again. I'm about to get us through another frame, but then they put this cheese on me. It's ridiculous. And that turned into a double. That had to be the weakest double I've ever seen. Strike one. All right, now I got to keep that runner there because we can't afford to fall behind by any more than this. That run that scored was not charged to Wilson. And now they got momentum because of that. Base hit into right. However, the run does not score. That's a good sign. Now we got a double play set up. Good play by the right fielder. All right, coach is going to leave me in the game. And look who it is, Jordan Walker, former St. Louis Cardinal. He could break this game open with one swing of the bat. Umpire, that is a freaking strike. The game is against me. What can I say? I still think that was a strike. I don't care if the game shows that that was low. That pitch looked like a strike. And I am truly baffled that Jordan Walker did not swing the bat on that pitch. He does right there. And guess what? Despite all the game throws at me, a double play to keep us in the freaking fight. Good job, guys. Now, can we get some offense, please? Because otherwise, I'm going to lose despite putting together 3 shutdown innings. Come on, man. We got to win this. We got to. And we lose. We freaking lose. And I take a loss for giving up an unearned run. Unbelievable. And I gave up that run because of a bullcrap double that was all luck. It was just a protective swing. I don't care what that guy may say in the post-game presser. He did not mean to do that. All right? There's things that people do mean to do. That is not one of them, guys. I'm sorry, but it's not. But as you can see, the ERA took a big turn. Jackson Wilson, despite taking that loss, did more than enough to win that game for his team. Now, can I please come in with a lead this time, guys? That's the least you could do to make up for last game. Give me a lead. If we're going to lose, can it please be my fault, not anybody else's? I hate pointing fingers. There's Jackson Wilson's numbers, 4.36 ERA, 21 out of 25 in save chances.
The second baseman, Luis Urias.
And now Luis Urias. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up for the Syracuse Mets. Can't allow a run to score. We got no room to breathe. Urias first to hit against Wilson in this 9th inning. Strike one. Urias was ready to swing, but he changed his mind last moment. I think he was looking for a different pitch. Thought Wilson would shuffle him up, but he didn't.
No.
And now he misses with the changeup inside, 1-1. This is the 26th save opportunity for Jackson Wilson this year. Looking for his 22nd successful outing. The pitch. Slider swung on and missed by Urias, who struck out quite a bit at the big league level. He's even having trouble seeing the ball against Wilson. 1-2 pitch. Slider gets him to bounce to the shortstop. He'll charge, he'll throw, and get him, 1 out. That's what they want out of Wilson, either contact resulting in outs or strikeouts. Here's Jordan Walker, who hit into a double play the last time he faced Wilson. Walker acquired by the Syracuse Mets in a trade with the St. Louis Cardinals in the offseason. Wilson starts him out with a cutter, and he tries to go the other way with it, but it's foul. Strike one. That was a good spot for that first delivery over the outside edge. Now the 0-1. Walker swinging a miss, 0-2. Again, Syracuse, these hitters swing the bat quite a bit. So Wilson's going to throw him a little bit of junk. See how patient they are. Walker is able to lay off it. 1-2. That was a slider from Wilson. 2 outs away from picking up his 22nd save. Wilson from the stretch. The pitch on the way. And he retires Jordan Walker. The ground out to second. 2 ground outs to begin the top of the 9th. Jacksonville with a tight 7-6 lead. Wilson doing his thing so far against the heart of the Syracuse lineup. Now Cam Collier. Catcher puts down a fastball. Wilson agrees and deals. Strike one. Over the inside corner at 98 miles per hour. Wilson growing more and more confident in that fastball because of the spot. And guess what, folks? It continues to work wonders. Syracuse, 1-2-3. And Jackson Wilson is on fire. 22 saves in 26 opportunities. 3 wins in 5 games for the Jumbo Shrimp over the Syracuse Mets. And the venture to Miami continues on a positive note for Jackson Wilson. Ignore that 3-6 record. That doesn't do justice to how good we've been pitching as of late. Jumbo Shrimp 43-31, good for second place in their division. Wilson with that 4.26 ERA.
Flip-flops and socks, and sweatpants.
Now pitching for the Jumbo Shrimp,
All right, we got a chance to take 4 out of 6 in this series.
Wilson.
And the ball will be in the hand of Jackson Wilson, who looks to shut it down once again.
Now batting.
6-6, top of the 10th. Maybe I can get this hitter and they can finally give me a win that they owe from a couple days ago. Ty Pete up in a big spot. Wilson deals a pitch that looked pretty good. And he's going to call for a challenge on that. And he's going to get it right. 0-1. Let's go. We needed that. Now the 0-1 pitch to Ty Pete. Swing and a miss. Fastball, then the changeup. Now we go back to the smoke. We're not going to waste any time with this cute stuff. We're going to go for the throw. That's high and tight. 1-2. Cutter in on his hands. The pitch by Wilson.
Ball.
That's also taken. 2-2. Go ahead run at third base, 2 out. In the top of the 10th inning. Ty Pete looking to be a hero for the Syracuse Mets. Line drive, caught by the second baseman. He was looking for the curveball. He made solid contact, but the defense is there to back Wilson up. It's a busy day here in Jacksonville along the Interstate Bridge. It's also busy here at the ballpark, and we're finally going to walk out of here with a W. Shout out to QJB. Finally walking out of here with a W. And Jackson Wilson picks up his 4th victory of the season. In addition to putting forth another successful effort for his team, it always means a lot more when you can get a result in the left part of that column. This great season for the Jumbo Shrimp continues. Jacksonville 44-31 as a team. They are not somebody anyone wants to face right now. They may not be in first like they were early in the year, but this has been a completely different squad in comparison to the last place garbage that took to the field last year. Wilson continuing to showcase that green arrow on the ERA. This is like golf. You got to go for the lowest score possible. And right now, Wilson is doing it as we approach the month of July. It's a hot summer and a hot Jackson Wilson. He's now got 22 saves on the year. And now we have a team meeting. I hope this is for what I think it is. If we got any viewers, hold your breath. Yeah, Skip, just get to the point. Guys, I think I know where this is going. There's no better feeling than what I get to do right now. These moments remind me why I love the job so much. Yes! Yes! 55 overall on GOAT difficulty, and we're going to the show! Jackson Wilson, closing pitcher, East High School graduate, North Carolina Tar Heels graduate, and now Miami Marlin is going to the bigs. Kiko Lowlams, your support means the world to me. You spoke it into existence. You remember when you made that comment that I was MLB ready? Well, the manager thinks so now as well. And there it is. The team locker. I can't believe this is actually happening. Now, granted, we could get called back down, which I'm kind of expecting. It's not always going to be perfect. But hey, at least we're going to get an opportunity. Pretty early in my career. Yeah, Kiko Lambs, I would agree because, you know, for the overall we've got and how we started out. Now, granted, we pitched well in high school. We pitched well in college. But when we got to the minors, everybody was like, okay, 3rd round draft pick. It's pretty good, but I don't expect him to be up anytime soon. Well, guess what? It only took us a year and a half. We did something right, and I got to give a shout out to my teammates. It's great to be here, and I'm going to be the same exact guy. I need good defense behind me. I need all of us in this together. The pitching battle may be one-on-one, but it always helps when you've got people marching into armies or marching into battle with you. That's the case with the walk with Christ, too. That's why I'm grateful for every single one of you guys, especially my beloved Christians. You know, God wants us to have community, and it means the world to have you guys' support through all of this. I may not make any money from this. I may not be popular. I may not have the most subscribers, but man, that's not what life's about. Life's about spreading the gospel, coming together for Christ, and just enjoying life the right way, of course. You know, that doesn't mean we willfully sin, but it's nice to live in the freedom that we have in believing the gospel and believing in Jesus' finished work on the cross. And it is only because of him that we've had this opportunity. Just another victory for us on this channel. And we've had a lot of them. Trust me. I'm a little bit overwhelmed. I'm not gonna go with the arrogant answer. If I'm being honest, I'm a little nervous too. But we'll get settled in. I know you're not considered a top 100 prospect, but believe that you're here for a reason. We like your game, and we think you can help the club win. That kind of support from an organization really means the world to me. But it also is kind of comical because the Miami Marlins need help. Believe me. Miami's been at the bottom of the barrel for so long. They've only had one playoff appearance since their last World Championship, which came in 2003. Actually, correct that. They've been to the playoffs twice, including the COVID year. But they were quick outs in both of those runs. Like, they've only got 4 playoff appearances. They've won 2 World Championships back in 97 and 2003. But if I can give you guys a quick story, following their championship in 97, what did the general manager do? He completely dismantles the team. He blew them up for whatever reason. Because no sooner the champagne dried, they finished in last place the very next season. And what happened? They lost a fair majority of their fan base. Like they had about 40,000 fans at their games, and then it was down to like 16,000. It's even less today. I know times have changed because of finances and everything, but the Marlins organization needs fire. They need to be refired. Recharcoaled, if you will, if that's even a word. But anyway, yes, like you said, Kiko Lambs, this will be an uphill battle with the Marlins. Absolutely. But what's to say we haven't been in an uphill battle before? Weren't we in an uphill battle with the Vikings that have never won anything? What did we do as a rookie, Kiko Lambs? I know you remember. We won the Super Bowl. I know that I don't think you were subscribed to me yet, but my first series I put out, NBA 2K26, rookie year, Charlotte Hornets, who had never won a championship. We win the title as a rookie. Hardest difficulty in every single one of these games. I'm not saying we're going to win a World Series with the Marlins. We don't win every year, but I'm saying you never know what's going to happen. You just can never tell. And folks, look who we are facing in our first series. The team that Wilson grew up loving, the St. Louis Cardinals in Miami. Now granted, I'm not guaranteed to make an appearance. We got to be winning first. But the bottom line is, we're a big leaguer. We've made it to the Miami Marlins, and we can call this our most successful stream of MLB thus far. It was a lengthier one. We've been through a lot of adversity, but here we stand. Kiko Lambs, you hit it on the head. Uphill battles are our specialty because we're on the narrow road with Jesus. We are not living comfortably right now. We are going through the storm. We are sailing through the storm, knowing that there will be brighter days ahead, and knowing that peace will be still. In Jesus' name. May the peace that passes beyond all understanding and the unconditional love of that same and one and only Jesus Christ, who is God, be yours. In his holy and almighty name, accept him if you haven't already and repent. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. I will see you guys for the next one here on MLB 26 The Show when we make our debut in the show spotlight with the Miami Marlins. This is Axon Jackson Wilson with Ladder of Light Gaming, wishing you guys a blessed day, and I will see you guys next time for The Walking Dead.